Hey beauties, it's Riri. If you're new here, I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty and I love showcasing indie brands here on my channel. I also love doing collabs. This is another collab with my beautiful friend Heather over at Crazy Beautiful MUA. She is one of my favorite creators here. She's one of my favorite humans. She's beautiful inside and out. She does amazing looks. She gets a lot of PR, you guys, and a lot of the like new latest greatest type of products. So if you're looking for somebody that keeps it real, she's open and honest without being an a-hole, but you're looking for someone to do kind of up-to-date current products and stuff like that, she's definitely your girl. And y'all know what I say. If you go watch, you feel a vibe, you feel a connection with her, please consider subscribing. It's free for you guys and it would mean the absolute world to us. If you're coming from Heather's channel, hey beautiful, thank you for joining my beauty family. I'm gonna dive in because we have a lot to get through. I will try to speed up some parts, but y'all know I like to just BS and have fun with y'all and hang out. I hope you are well. How are you enjoying spring? If you can tell by the sound of my voice, me and this pollen, you guys, we are not getting along right now. The pollen here in North Carolina, it's extreme, y'all. I feel horrible. Anyways, all that to say, we both just received PR packages from Huda Beauty. I have a ton of Huda Beauty products already, even though I always say Hootie Booty. I already have a ton of Huda Beauty products. I love the brand. As far as mainstream brands go, they are definitely in my top 3 or 4, and I'm so incredibly grateful. I'll pop a little shorts right here or a little clip right here of everything that I received just so I can kind of save some time. I am first of all going to start by putting my hair up. These are some silver branded hair clips, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use these. I'll also try to utilize the mirror that they sent. This is really, really pretty, but I do keep a big mirror right here in front of me because y'all know my vision is horrendous. So I have to have a mirror pretty close to my face. But we both got a package, and we're like, hey, why don't we go ahead and do a collab? Let's do a full face of Hootie Booty because we both enjoy the brand so much. So we are going to do a full face. The only things that I do not have, as you can probably clearly tell, my brows are already done. I do not have brow product, and I don't think I have a bronzer and a lipstick. Everything else though, you guys, primer, setting sprays, everything, I have all of it. And you guys, she just released and launched the Easy Bake setting spray. If you're familiar with the Easy Bake powders, the loose, the pressed. So I'm excited to test this out. The only things that I'm going through today that will be new products to me are this, of course, it's a new release. I have not tried the loose powder. I have not tried her, and I have not tried her mascara. This I did purchase myself. Very, very quickly, you just saw the little clip of everything that they sent to me. I will show you what I already owned myself. I have the gold palette. That is what I will be using today. I do also have a couple of glowish products. These are my medium shades for summertime. I have already been using and love, cannot believe I'm saying that I love a powder. I've been demoing a lot of powders behind the scenes so I can give you guys some reviews as an over 40, 46 in dry skin beauty. I have this as well. I also have and have been using the heck out of and love the blush. I use consistently her lip liners, and of course I already have several videos up of the Easy Blur collection. I'm almost out of this primer. It is the Easy Blur primer and the foundation. I also have one of her original setting sprays. So I just want to throw it out there. I am not somebody that's like, oh hey, I got PR from this brand, so now all of a sudden I like the brand. Which there's nothing wrong with that. Like maybe you never tried the brand and then they sent you something and you fell in love. I am genuinely a fan. I'm genuinely a fan. I first want to prep, but I'm actually gonna get you guys very, very close first, and then I'll kind of put my phone back in place because I'm gonna go ahead and prep. I am a fan of prepping well in advance, like prepping way before I actually apply my actual makeup. So forgive me if we get a little bit out of focus or anything. In case you wondered, y'all, I film on a phone, okay? So the quality is what the quality is. So I'm gonna get very close for you guys. And you can see I have a lot of texture, larger pores, broken capillaries. I do have rosacea, just overall larger pores. I do have dry skin and very uneven skin. And this is a pore blurring type of primer that, in my opinion, actually does something and actually works. Let me try to get my little mirror. Hey, let me use this mirror. So in real time, I will not cut this out. I will not speed this up in any way whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I'm going to keep running my mouth so that you guys know that this was not cut. But this is something, you guys, hence it almost being gone. This is wonderful. If you are someone like me that you do feel a little bit self-conscious, like, look, I love myself. I love who I am. I get one body. I get one skin. You know what I'm saying? I embrace who I am. I embrace my flaws. But if I can find something to help me better than flaws, baby, you bet your ass I'm going to try it. So you can see in real time, I've done nothing. I've been sitting here talking to you guys. My pores are, I see a very, very visible difference. They are definitely blurred. It is incredibly light on the skin. It's just, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I really, really love the blur line. Like the foundation, all of it. I love all of it. All right, let me get you back in place. Okay, decent, I guess. I would like to know what you guys are up to. Do you have littles? Are they in sports and things like that? When do spring sports start? Because I feel like they've probably already started. Y'all let me know if they have. My kid obviously is grown and he's, you know, left the nest and stuff like that, which is part of the reason I'm so grateful to have you guys. That looks amazing. And it looks even better as it kind of dries down all the way. Like the difference to me, and I'm right in front of my mirror, is significant. I love this product. The only other product that I have found that is similar to this, I do like the Smashbox one. I really want to try their new one. But the Dermatology #1 primer is also another favorite of mine. That one is another one that's very thin and very lightweight on the skin while offering beautiful blurring properties. So yeah, those are my favorite ones. And then I'll add a little bit here. And a lot of times, because I do have dry skin, I'm obviously an advocate for, you know, SPF and stuff like that. I will generally go in sometimes with just like my sunscreen or something like that, or an additional like more hydrating or moisturizing primer, and then solely use the blur type primer right here. The Makeup Forever, like the slightly tinted blurring primer, that's also really phenomenal. So while this is completely setting, that is personal preference, I'm gonna go ahead and prep my lids. If I can find my primer. And this is my Alter Ego eyeshadow base. They did send me one. I fell in love with it, and then I repurchased 2 of them. And I like this primer because it gives me a little bit of coverage, but again, because I do have dry skin, it's not like thick or cakey or dry or anything like that. It has like a beautiful soft slip to it, which I really enjoy, and it gives a little kiss, just a whisper of coverage. So if you do have, you know, sallowness, darkness, you know, veining, things like that, it's not going to completely cover it, but if you're somebody like me that, you know, maybe that is a little bit more minimal on you, it covers it beautifully. It is incredibly lightweight, and it's literally like $6. And then when I bought the 2 that I just recently purchased, they were on sale for I think $250 or $350, like incredibly affordable. Alter Ego is a brand that I feel like they're very underrated. They're a wonderful, wonderful brand. All right, so everything is set. I'm gonna go into the gold palette. I will speed this portion up. This is nothing new to me. And I will go in, I think I'm gonna go both of these shades, deepen it with this. And then I think I'm gonna go into these 2 shades here. Nothing major or anything like that. I'm gonna go into a humongous open brush. This is a Lunar Beauty and Laura Lee. I have no idea what the number or anything is. Number 4. I think it's meant to be more for like concealer and stuff, but I like to do just a big, humongous, fluffy brush to kind of set the lid. So I'm only gonna set the top portion. I do this for a couple of reasons, and I don't always do this, but for this, it's gonna be a little bit more of a soft, natural look. I like to do this because if you are someone that, you know, you want to kind of just set everything in place, or you're going for a more soft, neutral, natural look, this kind of helps that. But this also, if you are having trouble blending, if you kind of set your entire, you know, if you're having trouble blending, set your entire lid. But if you go in and set with a skin tone shade, your skin tone shade, your blending on top of that is just going to be a little bit easier. But I like to do that at the top because then when I go to blend into my crease, because I'm going a little bit softer and more natural today, it's going to kind of help me with that gradient. Next up, I'm going in with a Lunar Beauty LVE 2, and I'm going to go into the next shade. And today I'm going to be working from light to dark. I often will work from dark to light. The thing that I do like about working from light to dark, and I say this all the time, is you can literally use one brush. Like I could have gone in with this brush for right here. I can use it for this one. And because we're going from light to dark, we can just kind of tap off that brush, and essentially you can use that exact same brush for the entire makeup look. So again, nothing super fancy. So I will speed this part up for y'all, so y'all can enjoy some music. Maybe go grab you a little bit of a snack or something like that. Y'all know that these videos sometimes when I'm doing a full face or anything like that, it can tend to be a little bit longer of a video. Plus, you know, I like to run my mouth, y'all. But y'all know what I say. If this video does get too long for you, grab your tacos and your tequila, your milk and cookies, your Doritos, your Cheetos, Fritos, whatever's your pleasure, and sit back and relax and enjoy the show. I thank you so much for being here. All right, eyes are on. Eyes are on. Done. Eyes are done. Let me do the face and stuff because I really want to test this out too and like really give it its moments, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Easy Blur foundation. This is the shade 250 Cheesecake. They did also send me one. Let me actually, I'm going to kind of compare. Obviously this is maybe not going to look the best. I'm wondering if 240 that they did send me might be a little light for me. 240, at least it's a neutral. I tend to go either neutral or very golden. Honestly. Hey guys, my son just called. Luckily, it doesn't really matter that I took 3 minutes to take a phone call because this you have time to work with. I think equally they pretty much would both work for me and look about the same on the skin. Oh, this brush. That feels nice. Ooh. If you're familiar with the LYS Beauty brush, very, very similar. And then the IT Cosmetics ones, very similar as far as like feels luxe, feels good, feels quality, nice and dense. I love this foundation because first and foremost, it gives beautiful coverage without looking like a mask. And for somebody like me that has very dry skin, that's incredibly important. It lasts a very, very long time on my skin. It blends in well, and it's matte, but there's still a little bit of skin peeking through, meaning it's not like flat matte or so incredibly matte that it just looks, you know, like it's completely sucked the life out of my skin. I love it, you guys. The most important part for me is the long wearability, and it lasts. Like, it wears incredibly well. No harsh fragrance or anything like that. It's a win. I love this foundation. So you can see it blends really, really well. Beautiful coverage without being too much. And you do not feel this on the skin at all, or I at least do not feel this on the skin at all. I am also someone that does not use a whole lot of concealer, so you will see that I do bring my foundation to my direct under eye. If I were opting to go in with a color corrector or something like that, going with concealer, I would not do that. And then I'm gonna be testing this for the first time. This is the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. This is in the shade Cupcake. And it says, pack under the eyes, T-zone, corners, let set 3 to 5 minutes, dust away. I'm not packing anything on this dry skin. I'm just gonna say that. Packaging feels great, feels luxe. Someone's at my door. I'll be right back again, you guys. Sorry, go get another snack. All right, sorry again, you guys. I was about to say, I hope I like the packaging. I think I am. It's like the little soft little sifter here. Let me take this little piece off. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say it is very scented. Very scented. Probably not a fan of that. Unless it kind of dies down as it gets placed. I don't think I'm gonna like that, but we'll see what happens. I do like the component, and the scent is not, it's not stinky. It smells kind of like a soft powdery perfume. I just don't know that I like that, you know, in a powder. All right, it does pick up beautifully on the brush. They did send puffs as well. Alrighty. Ooh. I might be eating my words, y'all. Yeah, if you do not like fragrance at all, this is a no for you, dog, okay? Oh, pretty though. I'm gonna use the smaller puff, obviously, to get into the eye area. And I will note too, I will like come back and do like a wear test type of thing. Hopefully I remember to do that. I say this all the time, more specifically obviously with powders. Because I do have dry skin, for the first couple hours that I wear a powder, I sometimes will feel like, hey, I'm not really liking my skin and feeling like it looks a little too matte and too dry. I will note though, and if you do have dry skin and you do still opt for powder, you can probably attest to this, as like my natural oils kind of start peeking through and stuff like that, and my makeup is kind of more lived in, if you will. I love it. I love having powder on. So I'm gonna go in with the big puff now. That smells like something. Y'all, there was an old perfume I used to use. I swear that's what it reminds me of. That it was kind of a soft, powdery, almost deodorant-y. I can't remember what I'm thinking of. Okay, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Ooh, okay, if I'm already liking it, aside from the scent, then I think as it sets for a couple of hours, I'm really, really gonna like it. Some soft diffusion, a little bit of blurring. And yeah, it's matte, it's a powder. It's going to be matte. But it's not heavy looking matte. That looks really nice. Let me get up close again. I'm going in with a very, you guys, I'm just barely kind of tapping into the powder. I obviously do not need a lot of powder. But for me having such dry skin, I'm pretty damn impressed. I kind of thought I would like this though, based on the pressed powder, because it's also very kind of forgiving and very like, almost gives like a little bit more of a flawless complexion. I don't like to use that term. Nothing's gonna make your skin look completely flawless. I do have powder on my mouth though now. But it's kind of as close to a kind of more perfected look as I feel like you can kind of get, if that makes any sense. And then I'm gonna go ahead, I like to go in and kind of perfect and spray my complexion and stuff like that, and either use a refreshing spray or set kind of after my powder products. I forgot to use the blush. Thank gosh, this works on top of powder though. All right, this is their brand new launch for their Easy Bake Setting Spray. They did send over a little pamphlet to go with this as well. Let's see what it says. This is supposed to be 16-hour blur and set, supposed to blur pores, mattify skin, little nervous about that, transfer and sweat proof with an airbrush finish. Shake it well, spray it, and blur all day. They do also have a mini size that they did also send to me, but I already put that in my little minis thing over there. Okay, shake well. The packaging, I love. I think it's really pretty. It feels really well made. And it's locked. And then not locked. We are going to see what the mister looks like, because to me, that's one of the most important things. That sound, that Mac sound. This has no scent. Thank goodness. Very, very fine spray radius. Ooh, I like that. Okay, no scent. Very fine, but not aggressive in any kind of way. Okay, and then before that has a chance to kind of dry, I do take my sponge. This is just a dry sponge, and I very softly walk this across my skin. This works for me because I have dry skin, but it will also work if you have oily skin. If you just kind of press everything into place, it just kind of brings life back and just kind of pulls everything forward, and it kind of makes everything become one with the skin, as opposed to everything seeming like it's just kind of sitting on top of the skin. I really like that. Of course, I will come back and let you guys know how the makeup wore and stuff like that. Y'all, I'm having a freaking blast. I hope y'all are too. All right, we're gonna go into the blush. This is the Watermelon Pop Blush Filter. I absolutely love these. Love. I'm gonna show you guys how much I use. And please do as I say, not as you think you might need to do. You're gonna use way too much. That's it. That is enough, I promise. And even with powder on, even if you kind of let it stick in place for just a second, this still blends out really, really well. It's beautiful. I love the shade of this. They're incredibly, incredibly long wearing on the skin. They do also offer a blurring. I'm holding this down here because my brush is broke, so I'm trying to not let it break more than it's already broke. But yeah, I use just a dense brush, and a lot of these products you can't really go in straight to the skin. With this one, I feel like I can, and like I said, you might have to manipulate it a little bit more on top of powder, but even on top of powder, I have found that it works beautifully. And hopefully you can see that. It's like a beautiful kind of soft diffusion. Now, if you're afraid of this, you're afraid of color, you feel like it's too much, add a little tiny bit to the back of your hand, then go in with that dense brush, really kind of shear it out on your hand and work it into that brush evenly, then apply it to the skin. This is also a really good tip if you have very fair skin and you're like, hey, I want to kind of use that really beautiful pop of red or pop of pink or pop of whatever, but I'm a little nervous. You can see the difference and how soft and diffused that is, and this has just a little bit more punch to it. And then of course, if you have deeper skin, you could obviously go in and really, really punch this up. Like this is stunning. Like this is a shade, I kind of speak to this a lot with all types of makeup products, because in the, you know, spring and summer months, I am incredibly, I get very, 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 very tan. And then obviously, you know, in the fall and winter, I am a little bit more light. So for me, it's a little frustrating because I do always have to buy a shade for summer, a shade for winter, in my blushes, in my bronzers, in my foundations, and it can be a little frustrating. This is something that when used in a more soft, diffused manner, it's going to be a little bit more soft and diffused, or in the summer when I'm incredibly tan, I can really punch it up. This is a lovely, lovely formula. I also use it on my lips, which I will be doing today. It's fabulous. I love that product. Now I'm going to take the little tiny puff that I used a little while ago with no additional product and just kind of further diffuse that out just a little bit. And a lot of times if you do feel like you've gone a little heavy-handed on your blush or your bronzer, if you kind of go the perimeter of where you've placed that product down with your powder, with your foundation brush, you'll get a little bit more of a diffused look that way as well. My skin looks great. All right, we're gonna finish up the eyes. I'm gonna go back in with that little pencil brush. I'm just gonna go into the dark brown shade. I'm gonna go into the little bit lighter shade and just add a little bit of softness there. I'm gonna curl my lashes. Let's come back and do this and some lips and we'll wrap things up. Thank y'all so much for being patient. Thank you for being here. Go get another snack, get a drink. I'll BRB. Both eyes are done. I really, really like this. I recently discovered the Charlotte Tilbury, like the push-up lashes or whatever. The way that the different shaped and like sized spikes on here kind of really lift the lashes. Like that's really, really pretty. I like that. I'm a fan. All right, and then my color combo from yesterday, I just put gloss over it, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this for today. But I go in with the lighter shade. These are the Huda Beauty lip contours. This is Sandy Beige, my favorite one from her. I'm gonna do kind of this portion with this, and then I'm gonna go in with rich brown on the outer corners, and then I kind of feather it out with my fingers. And then I'm going to top it off with some of the blush. And looking at myself, I'm just going with my finger. I, of course, love green and grunge and stuff like that. I love color. Ah! Perfect. But seeing myself with something just a little bit more, you know, natural, I forget how beautiful these looks can be. Like, genuinely. That smells so good. And I do like to blend it out with my fingers, just so it's not quite so harsh and it's a little bit more diffused. I think I'm going to top it off with a little bit more spray. And then I'm also going to test this spray. That sound, you guys, is so reminiscent. And then again, go in with my sponge. Yeah, I feel incredible. I feel beautiful. Now, I will obviously say I do definitely feel a little bit more dry, but you guys, I definitely look perfected and a little bit more airbrushed and stuff like that as well. And like I said, as my makeup kind of becomes a little bit more lived in, I love the way that my skin looks. Like, I don't know what's going on where I'm liking powder nowadays, but honey, this looks great. That is it. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you guys will go check out Heather's video. She's amazing. You guys are really gonna love her. We are both over 40 babes just trying to make our way through, you know, the beauty space, y'all. Having a good time. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys being here so much. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you, of course, to my beautiful channel members. Thank you to Heather. I love you. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties. All right, good morning, beauties. I did a little experiment. I just woke up, obviously. I have not touched this at all. None. Zero. I wanted to sleep on my makeup. Don't do that, okay? Do as I say, not as I did. This was an experiment for y'all. I do have a little tiny bit of oils that have kind of started to peek through here. I'm a little tiny bit oily through here. The only thing that really looks any different, like this side, almost looks like perfect still. It looks amazing. I have a little bit of like just kind of breaking down through here, which obviously, you know, I slept overnight. This has been on for 24 hours. That's gone. Oddly enough, I still actually have a little bit of lip liner on, which is pretty funny. The only thing that doesn't look good, like the eyeshadow looks great still, is the fact that just from sleeping and stuff like that, the mascara just kind of came down to like my cheek area. It might be, let me look close. I'm trying to see if this is shadow. I feel like it's too dark to have been the shadow. But yeah, obviously I'm impressed, and obviously the powder offers some long wearability, but I really do think that that setting spray is really good. I think, wow, like that looks pretty darn good. Like if I were to take something and just kind of like clean up my under eye area and maybe press with some powder, it would look pretty damn good. Like I would go out like this. Wow, I look like a mess. Oh my goodness. Okay, I just wanted to do this. I was like, you know what? Let me just sleep in it and just kind of see what it looks like the next morning. It looks pretty damn good still, in my opinion. Yeah, so that is it. I'm actually going to pop on. I did also do swatches on my arm. Spray one swatch with the setting spray and one did not have any setting spray. And I was pretty impressed by that too. All right, bye beauties.